Do Mercedes have a lot of problems? Links in the description to read the original blog post or luxurycarset2z.com's best tips for car owners. If you've never owned a Mercedes-Benz car model before, you may be wondering if they have problems. Mercedes is popular for its high-end and luxurious vehicles that are sold around the globe. Like all vehicles, the Mercedes-Benz car brand also has its issues. The earlier you know these problems, the better prepared you will be when they arise. Some problems are synonymous in almost all Mercedes-Benz models, while others are present in particular Mercedes models. Some problems that can occur when your Mercedes starts getting up in miles include suspension issues, transmission problems, oil leaks, engine misfire, rust, damage to the insulation, bad catalytic converter, and low brake pressure. Note that some models have their own additional problems. In this post, we're going to highlight common problems that you should expect when you buy a Mercedes car. Irrespective of the problem, professional mechanics will diagnose and repair your car without any challenge. Continue reading to determine the Mercedes problems that you might face as you gain miles. Suspension system issues. This is one of the first problems that you should expect when you buy a Mercedes-Benz. The suspension system in Mercedes-Benz cars starts to develop issues after 100,000 miles. When we mention suspension, we mean tires, tire air, shock absorbers, springs, and linkages that connect the car to its wheels. The suspension parts that develop problems quickly are tie rods, control arm bushings, ball joints, and sway bar links. They may start disturbing the driver after around 60,000 miles. Therefore, if you begin to notice misalignment with the wheels or steering wheel, you should visit a mechanic for inspection. Apart from the suspension system, the air suspension has also been reported to have problems. Many drivers have pointed out that the air suspension bags and air suspension relays are not effective and have a tendency to fail many times. Transmission problems. One of the most outstanding features of Mercedes-Benz is its 5-speed automatic transmission. This transmission is stronger than most vehicles. Regrettably, it's comprised of parts with a variety of problems. The 13-pin connector and the valve body have problems that you will have to deal with when you cover around 100,000 miles. Without any explanation, the 13-pin connector may start to leak transmission fluid. Next, the fluid could spill into the wiring harness, which causes damage to the control module. The valve body may also cause bad shifting. So, when your Mercedes is almost hitting 100,000 miles, you should visit the mechanic regularly to inspect the transmission and service it. Rust. Another common problem that Mercedes-Benz owners are likely to encounter is rust. Of course, most cars rust as they get older or when not in use. But in the case of Mercedes-Benz car models, they rust way quicker than most vehicles. They also rust in many places. After covering several miles, you may be surprised to notice rust in different parts of your car. Take a flashlight and look beneath the driver and passenger seats, along the floorboards, on the bumpers, under the wheel wells, behind the license plates, bottom of the doors, and even on front fenders. Catalytic converters. Catalytic converters play a huge role in reducing harmful emissions by removing certain hydrocarbons from your vehicle's exhaust system. Unfortunately, the catalytic converters in Mercedes-Benz car models can become faulty after operating for 60,000 miles. They usually become clogged or fail to work effectively. You may also notice performance problems like misfire and hesitation. If your catalytic converter is bad, you may fail the emissions tests, which is vital. A bad catalytic converter will also make the check engine light to come on until you diagnose the issue. Depending on your Mercedes model, you may have to dig deeper into your pockets to have it replaced. Engine misfire. As you put on miles on your Mercedes, expect the performance of your engine to dwindle as well. This applies to all cars and not just Mercedes-Benz's. The car may start to misfire, underperform, or even make engine noises. This problem happens earlier in Mercedes-Benz car models than in other vehicles. Actually, the manufacturer recommends changing spark plugs and the ignition coils after every 100,000 miles. But in some Mercedes models, It happens before this period. Hence, if your car is almost reaching 100,000 miles, you should have your spark plugs and ignition coils changed.